Excellency. Napakaganda ng sharing mo, no? So I learned a lot na it's not very easy to become an ambassador or to join diplomatic, job. Kasi makikita natin, bawat bansa may kanyang-kanyang katangian, no? Now you have to adapt, you have to learn. Para ka din nag-aaral sa college, sa university, no? Every time there is something new, you have to know what to expect and what you can do, no? Hindi, you're not only dealing with the country's population, kundi sariling atin, mga Pilipino who went there to work, kailangan kasama mo rin sila. At na-notice mo, importante pala ang mga bata, i-mold na sila sa ating kultura. Kasi lumaki sila dito. Siyempre, kung ano yung ambience, yung environment, yun ang kinagisna nila, yun ang maiintindihan nila. Can you tell us, what is this Centro Rizal? How effective it is to disseminate to Filipino working abroad?
Yes, I think it's very important. Here in Indonesia, I also established another Centro Rizal at the embassy. So it's actually provided for under a Republic Act that all foreign service posts should endeavor to set up this Centro Rizal, which is basically the cultural arm of all embassies. So here in Indonesia, when we established it a year ago, it's been very active. And more, I find that Filipinos are coming to the embassy, bringing their families, learning about our culture. We have ongoing rondalla classes for kids. We also have ongoing storytelling sessions of Filipino stories, also for kids. And then, of course, I have a Centro Rizal lecture series where we bring in important figures from the Philippines to talk about culture. Like we had a chairman of the Philippine Commission, National Commission for Culture and the Arts, NCCA. Chairman De Leon was here, and also the now chairman, Virgilio Almayor, was also here, who is also a national artist. We had Ambet Ocampo here. So a lot of our Filipinos come to the embassy for these after-work sessions, which we try to have every 2 months. And so they find time and braving the traffic of Indonesia to listen to all these very important resource persons. So we also have a lot of cultural performances. We had Ballet Philippines perform here. We also had a Rondalla ensemble perform here as well. So they're actually lucky, I think, because they're getting these cultural offerings that you don't normally, sometimes you take for granted when you're back in the Philippines. But here it creates a greater sense of nationhood among us Filipinos. And I think you can never take it away from you, a person, no? So I'm very happy about all these events, and I'm glad that I'm getting the support of the community by way of their involvement in all these events and lectures that we have. And in fact, sometimes they themselves come forward and volunteer to do some work for the embassy. So I think it's been quite successful.
So ilan po ang population ng Filipino community dito?
Well, the latest official statistics that we have is that we have 10,000 over Filipinos in the country in December 2016, but that includes the tourists and temporary visitors. But when you speak of Filipinos who are actually living and working here, we have 7,000 over. So, and that's all over Indonesia. Of course, the concentration is in Jakarta, but we have a few of our compatriots also in Bali, in Surabaya, in Medan, in Bandung.
So normally when let's say you invite lecturer from the Philippines, you give performance also, like the Ballet Philippines, or normally how many Filipino attended this kind of activities?
Yes, well, we had a screening of General Luna, for example, which we did in cooperation with the UP Alumni Association here. And it was in a theater that seats 300. So we had 2 showings, an afternoon showing and an evening session. So in both screenings, we had maybe, let's say, about 200 or 250 maybe for the evening session. And that includes not only Filipinos, but also Indonesians and foreigners, expatriates. Because I invited also a lot of the members of the diplomatic corps. And so I had a lot of ambassadors and their families attend. And so they enjoyed that a lot.
So maganda po yan,
yes.
Your Excellency. Maganda ituloy natin sa part 2 because I'm very interested to know that the impact of that to the
yes.
Filipino community. No?
Yes.
Na napakaganda po na nakita natin na may ginagawang something positive ang embassy to the Filipino community here. Marami pa po tayo dapat matutunan kaya siya po ang tabayan ninyo sa pagbabalik ng Power to Unite with Elvira.